Good evening. Welcome to today's edition of the Daily Bulletin of the ongoing farmers movement. I have been away for the last couple of days. I was a little unwell, and then we started a Pakka Dharna Manch, a continuous sit-in protest at Kolkata. I got involved and engaged in its arrangements. I still have a very bad throat, so I will sound a little raspy today. But it was important to do this bulletin today for two reasons. One, I wanted to bring to you the position of the farmers' organizations, especially AIKSCC, on the Supreme Court order that was passed today. And of course, I want to share with you images of what's happening at the continuous sit-in protest site at Kolkata. A caveat. I have not yet seen the Supreme Court order. I believe it has not yet been uploaded, so no one in India has yet seen it. Whatever we are commenting here today is on the basis of the exchanges that took place in the court, what the Chief Justice of India said, what lawyers representing the government said, and what lawyers representing some of the farmers' organizations, I'm not sure who they are exactly, or whether they are in the protest or not, what they said. It's important to tell you that the only 8 farmers' organizations who are involved in the protest were represented in court yesterday through their lawyers, Prashant Bhushan, Dushyant Dave, Colin Gonsalves, and Mr. H.S. Fulka. They did not attend the hearing today. Yesterday evening, the Sanyukt Kisan Morcha, the platform of platforms of the farmers' organizations, gave some reactions on the basis of what was exchanged in court yesterday. And today's bulletin will cover that as well as the reaction on what happened in court today. I'd like to read this out today so that I don't miss out any important points. So, farmers' organizations note that the court has not been inclined to pass any order on the ongoing protests with regard to vacating of the farmers from the Delhi borders, and we welcome the same. The court has not passed any order directing that the farmers should vacate, or at least the court did not express it while it was discussing the matter in court. Again, we have to see the order. At this point, I also want to tell you that the government of India filed an affidavit overnight seeking an injunction, seeking to stop the farmers to hold the Republic Day parade at Delhi on 26th of January. A little bit about this Republic Day parade. The program to hold Republic Day parades was announced on 2nd of January at a press conference by farmers' organizations. They clearly said that in all state capitals and wherever else possible, farmers' organizations will hold Republic Day parade after the official, the government Republic Day parade is over. The objective was to show the nation that the farmers are deeply respectful of the Republic of India, of our constitution, and the values that are enshrined in it. And like every Indian, we have a right to do a parade on Republic Day. The government twisted it and said that this will create a law and order situation. This is not something the farmers should do, and they've actually filed an application seeking an injunction. We can only hope that the Supreme Court will not pass any such order of injunction, because the farmers have decided that their respect for the Republic and their right to do a Republic Day parade will be unhindered. They will do the Republic Day parade. We also note that suspending the implementation of the laws as an interim measure by the Supreme Court, and we welcome it. But it is not a solution, and the farmers' unions have not been asking for this solution, given the fact that implementation can be reinstated at any time. The government must withdraw. It must understand that farmers and people of India are opposed to these laws. So the Supreme Court has said that it will order a stay on the implementation of the three farm laws, but the farmers' organizations respectfully submit that it is not a stay of implementation that they have been protesting about. It is about repeal, and the protest about repeal will continue. Farmers' unions reiterate the fact that they will not participate in any court-ordered committee process. Further, one of their apprehensions about such a process got validated in the very constitution of the committee. It is clear that the court is being misguided by various forces, even in the constitution of a committee. These are people who are known for their support to the three acts and have actively advocated for it. So the Supreme Court said that we will form a committee. We don't yet know what is the terms of reference of that committee, what that committee will do. When it was asked, the Chief Justice said that, it will report back to us. And 4 names have come to us. Again, it's not in the order. I have not seen the order. But the 4 people who have been named in that committee, if that comes in that order, gives you a glimpse of what is wrong in this process. All 4 of them have been in favor of the laws and against its repeal. So a committee with 4 persons who are pro-government's position on the law is supposed to talk to the farmers, report back to the Supreme Court. Does such a committee really have any reason to exist? I don't know. The Supreme Court, in its wisdom, has chosen to form such a committee, and the farmers' organizations have taken a position that they have nothing to do with such a committee. Let's have a look at the members of the committee and their records of the immediate past. Can we share that picture, please? There you are. You have Bhupinder Singh Maan, who has said that reforms are needed in order to make agriculture competitive. So these laws, which the Prime Minister calls are reformist, must be implemented. Then there is Anil Ganawat, who says there is no need to withdraw these laws, which have opened up opportunities for the farmers. I don't know what Mr. Anil Ganawat thinks about farmers. And then there is, of course, the economist Ashok Gulati, who says that the economic rationale of these legislations is to provide greater choice and therefore they are good. And there is Dr. P.K. Joshi, who says that any dilution in the farm laws will constrain Indian agriculture. So this is the committee that the Supreme Court is likely to order to deal with the farmers. I do not know about what, but the farmers are not interested in dealing with this committee. I can tell you that with certainty. We go on to say, farmers have explained in detail to the government that the 3 laws will lead to corporate control over agricultural processing and markets. They will lead to high cost of inputs, higher debts on farmers, lower crop prices, increase farmer losses, decrease government procurement, end the public distribution system, raise food costs, raise the number of farmer and agricultural worker suicides, lead to hunger deaths, eviction from the land of farmers due to debts. The government has hidden these points from the people and from the Supreme Court. The Kisan parade announced by farmers' organizations on Republic Day will be held at Delhi and all over the country in large numbers. Farmers will observe Republic Day. The government is trying to misguide the court on this too. The farmers' struggle is on their key demands of repealing of these three anti-farmer laws and legislating an MSP guarantee law. These key demands will continue as per the earlier announcement, and programs will be held on 13th, 18th, and 20th, 23rd January as announced. Farmers wish to interact with the government. This is an important statement. The farmers wish to interact with the government and not with the Supreme Court, where farmers did not present themselves. The farmers have not gone to Supreme Court seeking any relief. So those who have gone to Supreme Court must have gone to seek relief against the farmers. The farmers are not engaged in that process. The farmers are not before the Supreme Court. The farmers seek no relief from the Supreme Court. So farmers' organizations have no comments on the Supreme Court order and mean no offense to the Supreme Court. So this is basically the position of the farmers' organizations on the likely order of the Supreme Court today. Just to cap it and summarize it, the protests will continue on the two key demands. The program of the protests on 13th, Sankranti Day, burning of the bills. On 18th, Women Farmers Day. On 23rd, Azad Hind Farmers Day. And on 26th, Farmers Republic Day Parade will continue. And the farmers are unlikely to engage with the committee that the Supreme Court has proposed, formed by people who are all anti-farmer and pro these three laws, which the farmers perceive and believe to be against their interest. Such a committee is stillborn and will not work. So far as injunction is concerned, the farmers are clear that they have a democratic constitutional right to protest, and the government's attempt to stop the farmers from protesting, like before, will fail, and the government should not try to do so. Back to Calcutta now. On 9th of January, a continuous sit-in protest was started at Dharamtala. Earlier, it used to be called Esplanade. That's the very center, the heart of the city, the epicenter. And this continuous protest started with more than 500 people gathering on 9th. It's a day-night protest. It's running 24 hours a day. And it has become a beautiful spot in Calcutta. Young children are coming to paint and draw. Street play groups are performing there. Movies are being shown. Dancers are coming to dance. All kinds of people are gathering there to support the farmers' movement at the borders of Delhi and to protest against the burning causes of the farmers of Bengal. The reasons why farmers of Bengal are suffering are also part of this protest. I will share with you some of the images of that protest. Women protesters joining at the Dharna Manch. Can we have that? Okay. Then hundreds of youth participating in the protest. I mean, I know that picture doesn't show 100, but believe me, there were hundreds of young people, students, right from class 12 up to PhD were there in large numbers at the protest. Then we have children participating in a drawing competition. I interacted with this young boy. They were all there excited at the Dharna site, And they said that they are all for the farmers because farmers mean food for them. Then we had cultural groups performing street plays. There is an image of a street play. I know these are part of posters. I wish we had better pictures. But you can see very clearly that there's a street play going on and people have gathered all around and are watching. Then we have the youth who went out around the Dharna site and engaged with local people, explaining the issues to them, distributing pamphlets. There's another picture of this. Yes. So late in the evening, at every nukkar, at every junction crossing, young people were out distributing pamphlets, explaining the causes of the protests to people. Hundreds of women farm workers from Sundarban joined the protest. This is actually not just from Sundarban, it is from various other places. And pedestrians joined to watch the documentary films that were shown. Yes, I mean, I know you can't see the film, but that's the projector, light, and we all watched some great films at the Dharna site. So, a lively, energetic, continuous sit-in protest is happening in Calcutta. I showed you images from that. But this is one of the 20-odd protest sites at Bengal. And more than 300 such sites are there in almost every state of the country. 300 districts have been covered by continuous sit-in protests. So much for Punjab and Haryana farmers only protesting. People in cities have joined these protests. They understand that farmers are the backbone of the Indian food security system, and they must be supported and protected from the vagaries of what the government describes as free trade. An hungry stomach never understands the word free trade. So yes, the government can free trade in all non-essential items, but when it comes to food, there must be absolute clarity, absolute surety, and people of this country must get food at affordable prices, and the producers of that food, the farmers, the fishermen, the poultry people, the animal husbandry people, the dairy people, must get sustainable livelihoods out of it. So we need laws that ensure and guarantee that the producers of our food in India get prices so that they have sustainable livelihoods, and that cannot be put into some free market mechanism and a spinning wheel which can throw you anywhere it wants. So that's all for today. I hope I'll be back with you tomorrow. I am feeling better. I should be able to share with you much more information tomorrow. Till then, have a good evening, and I call upon everyone in this country to support and express solidarity to the farmers' movement that is raging through the country, so that the government understands that this popular discontent, popular unhappiness over the 3 farm laws that the government has introduced to basically benefit large corporations of their own choice, crony capitalists. So tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. for the English Bulletin, and I'll see you there. Thank you for watching, and good evening again.